topic here is more around the future of work. Why are we in the situation that we are today, which is study from home, work from home, maybe work from anywhere, but not in your own office? It has changed everything. The whole future of work discussion we had 2 years ago is so different from what we are going through today. And because of this acceleration towards a new way of working, new skills are needed. And a lot of big companies are working very hard to find a match between the young people who want to learn new skills and the jobs that are available in the market. So we have here our first speaker, Shang. Shang Gao is based in Singapore. Thank you, Shang, for being here today. We want to talk to you a little bit about the company you are with, which is AWS Educate, and some of the courses that AWS is doing. I think you have a fantastic, first of all, you have a fantastic range of courses that AWS offers all around the world. But some, I think, are more suitable for Indonesia, given what Indonesia is going through and the status that it is in. So I wanted to get some insights from you about what kind of jobs are we looking at in 3 to 4 years? Because the students who are there logged in today, we are in university, some of them are in high school. 4 to 5 years from now, they'll be ready for the workforce. What should they be looking at? What should they learn? And so that they can get good jobs, that pay them well. Over to you, Shang.
Thank you very much, Sachin. Just to answer your question, first of all, maybe let me just show you our portal.
Yes.
Which gives you a really good example of what jobs are needed right now.
Sure. Would you like to share screen?
So as an education program provided by AWS, we had gone through several iterations, right? From the very beginning, where we had about 4 job types, to now we have sunset some of the job types that are no longer very popular, and have kept these 11 job types that through research have shown are most demanded in the job market these days, plus Cloud Computing 101. Cloud Computing 101 is basically just getting people started. Whereas the other subjects, as you can see, we have named them after specific job types. So let's say in the 21st century, a student named John, he wants to become a data scientist. What he does is to sign up on Educate, free of charge, no fees associated, no credit card needed. Click on data scientist to learn a bit more. What data scientists do? Data scientists analyze large amount of data, blah, 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 blah. Skills needed to succeed. These are the skills that can give you a really good stance. How many hours should you plan to spend on exploring data scientist skills? 35 hours. That includes videos, paper, labs, quizzes, final projects. And there's some more information on preparing for the future. If you want to learn more about these kind of roles, click here. That will lead you to data scientist roles. Now, this is a student-facing portal, right? It has quite interactive ways of educating students. Everyone who wants to sign up for Educate, feel free to do so. There's no, like I said, there's no fees involved. We welcome learners of all age, as long as you're 14-year-old and above, to register a free account and start benefiting from AWS education programs. So that's a quick answer to what Sachin was asking. What's the future of jobs, and what kind of jobs are out there that are needed for the future workforce? So now I'm going to start my presentation. Cloud Ready Workforce.
Yeah.
So one of the main tasks that AWS is trying to solve is to bridge the gaps between industry and academia, right? We have heard over and over again that companies are suffering from the duration of the time that they have to spend to look for talents, and the shortage of the right amount of talents. We have data from LinkedIn, we have data from our customers who are companies worldwide. The time that they have been spending on locating or identifying a proper talent had been increased since 3 years ago, even though we are, investing quite a lot to institutions to modernize, to cloudify their existing curriculum. We still couldn't meet the demand, couldn't fulfill the skills gap. Now, cloud migration is accelerated. It has been accelerating a lot of industries. Now we're talking about government sectors, institutions, enterprises, banking sectors, financial services, of course, technology, and traditional sectors, manufacturing as well. But there's just not enough skills that are supplied in the job market. Now, 66% of IT decision makers reported a gap between their team skill level and their knowledge required to achieve organizational objectives. That's the population that's currently within the companies, right? What I just mentioned was outside of the companies. So companies, first of all, spend a lot of time to identify talents, not enough supply of talents. But within the company, there's also a gap there's also a skills gap across people, not only within the IT sector, not within the IT department, but overall throughout the entire company. If you ever work for any company these days, if you don't understand what cloud is, I'm not really sure you will pass the first round of interview these days. Obviously, depends on what jobs are you interviewing for, right? Yeah. Anyhow, so to fulfill this skills gap, AWS has invested a lot in the education sector. We wanted to be the company, one of the companies that could step in to shorten the gap between industry and academia. Professionally, in the professional world, we have 4 layers of certifications where working professionals could achieve. Whereas if you look at the certifications, actually 6 of them right now are offered to academic institutions. And so the training courses, the hand-holding, the onboarding, enabling are fully consumed by AWS. We are offering that for institutions for free. Whereas the specific certification, if you want to test for the certification, of course you have to pay for it, right? We don't subsidize on that. However, we do give half off discount for students in academic settings, because we understand students, a lot of times they don't have a lot of money, right? They need support to get the certification and to get a job. Yeah. And so there are 2 programs I'm going to go through today. One is the Educate program, which is what I just showed you in the very beginning of this presentation. We have 3 levels of courses. These are not certification driven, right? These are micro credentials. As you finish, you will earn these digital badges, but students don't need to finish, right? And like I said, these subjects are named after specific job types. So I've just showed you data scientist learning pathway or career pathway. A student named John could just click in that and start learning. No strings attached, no fees involved. You don't have to finish. You can start anytime that you like. So it's a sandbox. It's like a environment where students, are free to just choose any ingredients we provide and start learning. And then, as I said, at the end, once you finish, you won't receive the professional certification. You will receive micro credentials and digital badges. If you do want to have certifications, that's the academy course that I just mentioned. So again, academy courses have these currently available in the educational settings. And the training enabling parts are all free. The certification itself, like I said, is half off. So that's what I'm showing right now is a recommended learning path. People should start with practitioner level, which is the foundational level. Start with that first. There's also machine learning foundations as well. Once you've completed those, try to involve with the cloud developing, architecting, cloud operation, data analytics. And then you can go further to the certification at associate level. For students at associate level, it's already technical enough. It's already kind of demonstrating your ability enough to get a job. Whereas in the professional world, people who have been working in the IT department for years, of course, they can challenge the professional level certification, which is much harder than the associate level. With those things, we have quite a lot of content, hands-on labs. We sometimes drive events as well. Those are competition-based. All of these things here you see are free of charge. Job board, virtual job fairs. We also offer those to bridge the gap, to link. I guess it's a matchmaking kind of process to link the talents directly with employers through those events. Micro credentials. These are the things that you could get from enrolling in Educate an Academy portal. Educators will get an equivalent dollar amount of credits to use on AWS. Students will also get these amount of 75 or 100 for either a starter account or project-based learning. So these are the websites. Furin, if you have further questions, I will really welcome you to connect with Furin. He is based in Indonesia, so he speaks Bahasa. I do not speak Bahasa. And so for questions, please do approach him first. And of course, if there's anything I could help with, I'm very happy to help you with. So before I finish, I just wanted to quickly flash back all the certifications that AWS currently have on the market, just so that you have a clear idea of what I'm talking about. And then two programs. One is the kind of sandbox, free to choose program. The other one is a certification driven course. So these are the only three, I guess, if you narrow this down, the three main takeaway messages from my presentation today.
Perfect. Shang, thank you. I think that's very informative. I think, like you mentioned, that you have a portal which will explain everything to people who want to know more. I think if you also contact the youth forum, we'll be able to help give you the links. And looking forward to having more programs like this, which will really help skill up Indonesia. Thank you so much for that, Shang.